Listen, I've already been recording this whole time, so.
Oh, God damn it.
There's one really important thing.
Yeah, I didn't give you my consent.
Sorry. Yeah,
we're also
you're
not
supposed to tell me.
channel.
This is like you're like a police officer. That's
I already said I was going to start. I said a while ago I was testing the audio, and it went fine. So
this is like the exact epitome of how you have to do the making of a podcast. Is you just have to go, because if we aren't recording the audio to begin with of how to make a podcast talking about this process, we're not getting it.
Yep. Don't care. I've been recording.
All right, both of you recording right now?
No.
Hold on. Let's stop everything because we got to have Esteban Capricio do the intro.
The intro's coming in like 5 minutes late on whiskey and about 2 minutes late on mine. We're also not on the right channel.
Who am I?
Are we switching channels?
Yeah, let's make it official. Let's switch channels.
Okay.
We gotta switch channels, and then we all know that it's being recorded, and we're going.
I didn't even let you finish. I was like, nope, going.
What's great is because there's 2 different recordings, the audio's gonna come in at different points of everybody jumping.
That's so weird. I think Bonnie went AFK, so
Yeah, he went to get food.
What?
Like in the middle of a freaking.
I think he went to get food.
In the middle of recording.
It's very,
So how's this going, guys?
How's
this going? We started? Okay, I'll be back. I gotta go run an
100%.
errand.
That's 100% how you would do it too.
Oh,
Now we gotta have. Wait, streamer mode is enabled. Stay safe, friend. Why is Discord telling me to stay safe?
Because it knows.
It knows.
Knows what?
It fucking knows. It's Discord. This shit's magical.
that's a word for it. It's also magical that, all these websites know exactly what to sell me.
Well, that ain't magical. But the issue is that Ponyo was the one who literally made the topics, and that he's not fucking here. Oh god! And then there's that last one he just linked.
Huh?
The picture he linked.
Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking through. How to play a dwarf in other games that don't have dwarf as an option.
Those are very on brand to what Banyo would play. His topics are just topics of himself. So I think at this point, I was just reading through all of them. At this point, it's almost like each person needs to come up with a list of topics, because those are just Banyo topics.
That's true.
And the irony is, as much as there is a decent list of topics, he's not here.
Yeah, and
Hold on.
Oh,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say I'm alarmed that Nick, is he more than just a laugh? Is one of his topics. Is this something that's kind of floating around in Banyo's head?
And Banyo's like he's just at work doing his work thing, and he just sticks his head up at any given moment during the day. He's like, is he? Is he more than a laugh?
Typing on a keyboard, and here's this like in the background, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Does he have comedic timing?
Everybody, shut the fuck up! He's here.
Sorry, I had to ferociously dance my way through an art gallery to then put on perfume to freshen up for this.
Wow,
that's more than me taking a shower for this. What the fuck?
What kind of makes you want to pick perfume up after the art gallery? That's my question.
Well, I wanted to freshen myself up, and the only way to do that, as I'm told by those commercials, is you got to do something extravagant, like dance through an art gallery.
Wow. So you knew you wanted to smell good. Okay, we're gonna go through this as an interview. You knew you wanted to smell good, so you bought admission tickets before you showered. You bought admission tickets to the art gallery.
You gotta always have them ready on hand. I didn't buy them; they were already available.
Now, do you go deep into the art gallery to dance out of it, or do you start dancing at the beginning?
You gotta dance through the entire art gallery.
So
Okay. So it's like
you
a
got to
loop,
start
right?
before. Yeah.
Yeah. So you start at like the ticket counter. You kind of go through like the closest exhibit. You kind of cycle through the side rooms with the stuff no one really cares about. You come out around the 18th century. You're halfway done, covered with more sweat.
Yep, and you really got to watch out for the modern art section. Sometimes there's just a hole in the ground that doesn't look like a hole.
Well, my thought on that is that if you're dancing through the modern art section, aren't you modern art at that point?
Wow, that's really deep. Well, I don't know. Do you consider
That
yourself
takes a whole
modern art?
different turn, and that actually takes you out of the process to get to the point where you need to apply the perfume, because that's not how art galleries work.
Listen, I already think you are all overthinking this, and I would prefer to be that man shirtless near a creek in a natural setting to really emphasize the cologne I'm using. So,
Wow.
Screw the.
Well, it limits you to like 3 brands, right?
Yeah. Honestly, you know what came to mind? Irish Springs.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, that was an Irish Springs situation.
Or like Old Spice.
I can
So-
sandalwood. It's got to always be sandalwood.
So there was this debate of everything going on about perfume commercials. The whole time you were talking about it, I was just thinking, did he just sit in that channel up above just to jump in late and start this entire conversation, despite the fact that in all of the recordings that have been going on for God knows how long now, we have not yet once said we're live or we're starting or what the topic is.
Nope.
Well,
You
let's talk
got
about what just
onboard.
happened. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was saying he's going to dance through he dances through art galleries
Hey,
before he does anything. So it's
Did
just,
you did you guys not think that maybe we're the art gallery, that he went and
Oh
sprayed
my
himself
God.
and then he bursted in here?
deep, a big circle, an enigma.
Am I beautiful?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it
Right.
depends on what wing of the art gallery you're in, really.
I think we're past that song though. Like it's too old now.
Which song is that?
You're beautiful.
Can you sing it for us, please?
No, I can't. I just remember those like a floating iceberg, a guy that like takes off his clothes and dives in, and then I guess he's now a frozen corpse. So he's always at his beautiful state of when he died.
Wow. Wait, so
No,
can you
I
tell me
never
more about this
liked that
commercial?
song.
Oh.
Just saying. I just never liked it.
But how do we know when this thing starts and when it stops if it's just going?
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to have an intro. I was told there'd be an intro.
Hey, so was I.
Who's paying
Well, I
for
wasn't
it and
told.
who's
I
doing
just
it?
demand.
there hasn't even been the discussion of what to do.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
We need
it
like
is-
a little jingle.
It is 10:17 p.m. Eastern, February 27th, 2022. We
Whoa,
are.
TMI. TMI.
What?
Yeah, you doxed every one of us.
It is a certain time on a certain day. This is
Wow.
episode 1 of the podcast.
All right, thank you.
Are we doing introductions? That's weird.
I think we need to
drinking.
talk about the jingle first. Like what every good
Well,
podcast
since we don't have a
has.
jingle, let's everybody just talk about your ideal jingle.
Are we
Oh,
seriously? Oh, thank God! I thought you were gonna go into like icebreakers. Everybody, icebreakers.
Oh no, icebreakers are coming. Don't worry about that. We have to do an icebreaker.
God.
So everybody,
God.
just a hint though, an icebreaker is just one thing about yourself, a fun fact, but not too personal, and yeah. But jingles go.
Okay, so I think guitar riff, some scales. Like it's always needs to be a little too long, like 3 to 5 minutes. You're ready for the podcast to start when you're almost done with it, but it's like you want it to get over with it, and then like someone just kind of talks at the end of it to kind of fade it out.
You want to milk it too, right? For the YouTube 10-minute mark.
Yeah. good
So
point.
if your intro goes a little too long, you're padding out.
Are
your
you-
runtime.
Are you saying you want to milk it for the YouTube 10-minute mark? Isn't you're thinking that these podcasts are going to be less than 10 minutes unless we make a 5-minute?
Well, I mean,
intro?
because the YouTube version is going to be the edited like hit clips, right? So I don't know if we can come up with 10 minutes worth of content. That's going to be hilarious for a YouTube video.
There is
But
gonna
we might be able to hit 8 minutes worth. What's that?
There's gonna be a huge variance in the time. Like I said, we could have like a 30-second one and ones that go up to like 30 minutes.
Yeah, so if we have a 30-second podcast, we need 9.5 minutes worth of intro music for the
Exactly.
YouTube video. Like,
So the music not only has to be like the jingle described, but it has to be able to loop. You
Oh
have
my
to have
God.
it start and stop perfectly.
Does it save? Does it make that noise when I mute? Does it like record it?
No.
Oh, thank gosh. I just muted myself because I had to cough, and I didn't want that in the public record.
You just said it.
Don't tell
It's in the
anybody.
public record now.
How could you censor yourself?
I know.
Yeah, this is an open platform. There's no fucking censorship here.
Now they're going to find out who I am. They're going to look at the cough record.
Yeah, cough ID.
Who coughed at 7:19 p.m.?
Whoa.
And
that's some discrepancies there. They're gonna call everything into question now. What time really are we doing this? Is this even a podcast? Are we even people?
No, it's not. We don't even. It's the podcast of making a podcast, and yet there hasn't even been a start. We literally were spending 5 minutes before this trying to get recording software to work.
Yeah.
Hey, I was trying to hire Esteban Capricio to do our intro.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
I don't know. I never got a response.
I actually think our jingle should be just us talking about the jingle so that people would be like, okay, cool, this is podcast content. And then, like, as soon as we're done with the conversation, we just get into the topics and just suddenly people realize they've been bamboozled into actually listening for the content.
There never was a jingle to begin with.
Listen, Banyo, if you're trying to call on me to bust out the guitar or something, listen, I need to switch like 3 audio devices. Not doing it right now.
Okay,
Can you hum
backup
it?
plan. The jingle isn't a real jingle. It's just the laugh.
I was gonna say it's a jingle in our hearts.
Is it Nick's
I
laugh?
like your idea better.
And on that note,
Just fucking
Screaming a laugh.
9.5 minutes of Nick laughing. Like, I don't. Fuck, I paid for that. to be
But
honest.
it can't be the laugh you just did, because that was a forced laugh. That's not
That
an
was
actual...
a forced laugh. It wasn't a
It's
real laugh.
not-
You see, we're not really going to have a jingle until we have funny content.
Oh fuck, we're fucked.
We're just fucked.
We're never gonna have a fucking jingle. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
You can't have an intro if you don't have a jingle. You can't have a jingle if you don't have content. Ah, shit.
and to that, I say cheers.
Yep. Cheers.
I didn't
So,
get it.
Whiskey, what do you think is the ideal jingle for a podcast?
Oh no! Don't ask me. I'm all about the motivational music. So anything that could have, like you mentioned, a guitar, but a very brief motivation, like "you can do it," kind of like car commercial. I'm sold. That's me. Sorry.
For the podcast itself, you want people to be inspired at the beginning. I mean, it's really noble.
Because personally, I was gonna go for like doom music. Like you gotta hype people up and it's ripping and tearing.
That's
then you hit
angry.
Yeah, but then you hit them with just like a normie ass podcast, and it's like, what the fuck?
Now, do you think that the jingle music really like picks your audience, or does your audience pick the jingle music?
I
think that's a conversation for when we actually have an audience.
We are our own audience.
What about motivational yet confused? So like, yeah, we're a podcast, but we don't know what we're doing. Let's go.
I just want you guys to know.
So basically,
high school
my own
rallies.
inner monologue jingle is what's going on. That's what I tell myself every day.
Or like a high school pep rally.
Oh, you know my ideal podcast? I'm going to take back the doom music because that's a little over the top. But we do have a jingle, but we voice over the jingle every single episode with like, we're going to give it another shot. Oh, God, here we go. That type of shit. So it changes it up a little bit.
What if we like looked at our listener stats and we saw that whenever Bathroom did the jingle, we lost listeners? Like, would we kick Bathroom out of the podcast, or would we just have him never do the intro jingle?
Whoa, I feel like I'm being targeted here. Like,
Well,
considering
Well, I'm just saying as an example.
Well,
we get all these statistics to talk about what works and what doesn't work, right?
Listen,
are you bringing stack ranking to this shit, you asshole?
Well,
and then
This is stack ranking.
Even the way he said it, like everyone's been saying Banyo, and then he's just like bathroom.
Listen, Banyo, how can you not be targeted after that second topic? Okay, if Covenator here is just more than a laugh.
True, this is retaliation for the.
I already feel attacked, so I'm just on the defensive, just cutting people down to the knees, just protecting my own ego.
Hey, I'm not the one that brought that one up. I just wrote it down as one of the potentials that came out of the previous conversation.
And then it's literally there as the second topic. Nothing has been said about the other topics. Even earlier when there was dead sound and we were just in there trying to figure out what to do. like everyone goes, "Oh yeah, I'm just reading the topics," but no one said what the topics were.
I read one out loud.
I feel like we're not allowed to read them out loud because then people will know our
Yeah, this is like,
it's like secret.
Well, I mean, this whole entire time has been podcast planning, hasn't it?
That's right.
we're still on target, boys and girls.
Perfect.
And girl.
Is it offensive if you just say we're still on target, boys, and then you don't throw in the girl?
Oh,
I don't know.
canceled.
I mean, look, I'm used to being overlooked as a gender demographic, so it's cool. It's cool.
Well, that's really sad. I'm sorry you were used to getting overlooked.
So
Let's talk about this.
that's silence right
So we
there.
have about
Yep.
a five person
Right,
you know,
we've got
joint therapy session here going on.
Yep,
Let's
we've,
let's
No,
talk about
actually,
cabbage prices.
Here's the thing. I have the California mentality where dude is
Uh.
gender neutral. So yeah, same thing with guys. I'm cool with it.
Oh,
Just
so
always use
I'm-
dude.
I'm more
Here's-
manly than most of the men I know anyway. So
that's true, but this brought up a key thought that I just had. So you earlier, Vanyo, you told me not to worry about editing or who would edit because we have to go through it, and they're like, well, unless someone used a government name. But what about government states? Does that have to
Like-
get edited?
like states of anarchy, states of peace.
No. Like
Types of government?
Types
if
of government,
anyone like accidentally doxes themselves, do we have to edit that out too, or do we just let them suffer?
Yeah.
I have a
Oh,
question. How can we get
I mean-
doxxed for a pre-recorded
besides
conversation?
saying the
Well, that's
state
why-
you grow up in doesn't necessarily mean that's the state you're currently living in.
No, I
True.
know, but it was just when a state has been mentioned, that was the first thought that came to my mind was.
Yeah, no one's ever gonna find me in Wisconsin.
I live in Guam.
Wisconsin.
I was gonna say Guatemala, but yeah.
I think we should all use voice.
What are you, John McAfee? Fucking hiding out in Guatemala?
John McAfee.
I'm sorry, I had to
Oh,
throw.
no.
Not
Rest
touching
in
it.
peace. Rest in peace. That's all we're gonna say about that.
You know, I hear Whiskey uses a voice modulator. It's not his real voice. So
Yeah.
we got that covered.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, didn't somebody here want to use like the? Yeah, that's right. We're supposed to do the
That was
whole
Whiskey.
like the
Whiskey
the
wanted
the blurred voice. No, don't worry about it. We'll make sure to blur your voice out.
the
how that
deep
works,
girl
right?
voice. Whiskey
Oh, wait,
wanted to
It'll
be-
be, it'll be in post, which isn't happening.
Hold on.
Just imagine the
Hold-
next 1 hour with the weird, scary voice.
Hold on here. Just for the record, you're the ones that said you want to modify my voice. I said I wanted to remain anonymous, but
Yeah.
you guys were like, yeah, we'll just
Yeah,
attach a warbler to
we
you.
have to pixelize your voice. Come on.
Fucking
That's how this
Witness
works.
X.
That's what anonymous means. It's the deep throat voice.
Yeah, we got a deep throat.
Listen,
No,
any
no,
deeper, and I'm
Is that
sure
reference
I'll play
even
back that
valid?
comment.
if it's any deeper, I'm sure it's not even going to be coherent. It's just going to
No
be
one-
a bassy kind of weird noise.
There's our jangle. The jangle
Oh,
cyst
gosh.
whiskey talking the whole time.
We got to put black bars over his voice. Come on, that's how this works.
What?
Drum and bass.
I want to introduce you to Mr. X.
Oh my god.
That's right.
That didn't even cover any of these other topics. This is horrible.
The topics are not meant to be taken care of in one day. I don't think.
No,
just-
they're meant like each episode is a topic.
Oh,
We're currently in the podcast planning topic. We're not gonna go into those other ones.
you didn't. Oh, there's
Even
one
though
there.
I really do
Jesus.
want to talk about dwarves in real life, where they would be from, but like that's another topic.
That was the one that got called out.
coal mines of West
Yeah.
Virginia.
That's the one I called.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But it's such an interesting one. It's like, is it a Swedish like lumberjack or maybe a Welsh coal miner? You never know. Like, there's plenty of options out there.
It was
Many
just
mornings.
Well,
it
I
was just
guess
called
the
out in
question
the list as their Bonyo topics.
I would have is like, at what year would the dwarves have appeared? Because it's not like they would adopt the nationality of the current day if they were, say, born in like the Baltic states. Like, would they be like?
No, we're
well,
not saying like
now-
actual dwarves. We're saying like, okay, I've gone from playing D&D as a dwarf, but I still want to play as a dwarf. However, now I'm playing Call of Cthulhu, so I have to actually be a normal human from somewhere.
Okay.
So that's where you got to find that equivalent of like, what human is the most dwarf-like?
What human?
I feel like this is a minefield topic.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
No, let's talk about these people as if they were dwarves, and then that one person's like, you know what? I fucking hate dwarves. I'm an elf lover.
whoa. Okay, hold on.
And then he doxes us.
I thought that was going somewhere else for a second.
Wait, what?
Well, because you're like, what humans most equate to dwarves? And I was like, well, it's kind of like species because it's just humans. And I'm like, unless you're talking about like medically, like dwarfism. And I was thinking that thought right as you made that statement, and my brain just threw up red flags. even though my brain was the only one who had that information playing at the time.
Now, here's a question for you then, Banyu, on that topic. What world qualifies as accurate dwarves? Because I can tell you right now, like if we're talking like Dragon Age dwarves, those are like New Yorkers, just from their voice alone. Okay.
I think.
Hey, how you doing?
Exactly.
I think the bottom line is just as long as they can have fine dwarven craft.
And there goes the New York demographic before the podcast was even made.
But the thing though is like you guys are saying New Yorker, but they definitely had a Midwestern accent because they were like dwarven craft, fine dwarven craft. Next thing they're gonna be telling me they're from Ashcash,
And there goes the other demographic.
We've got one
God damn it, guys.
left.
We're losing the coastals right now. It's a very strong demographic to lose.
We got to do only West Coast things now. Like, wouldn't it be cool if dwarves surfed?
Yeah, Cowabunga.
You know what?
Oh,
What if the dwarven craft was actually like driftwood sculpting? That's a very California thing. I actually know that's also Washington and Oregon because a lot of crap washes up off the ocean. This is why I don't talk. I'm sorry. I just killed the conversation.
Well, no, I mean, it's just
sit here to fill the demographic role like I was assigned. Okay.
You were literally just talking and we're listening, and then you killed your own conversation.
It's what I do. It's what I do. Okay. I break things. I destroy things. I just.
But you can't break through the glass ceiling. Sorry.
That pain is unbreakable.
Oh god, I just lost the fucking half the world in the demographic.
I know, we're just slowly whittling down our viewership.
I was going to make some reference about Kitty throwing herself under the bus, Chubb, but then we found out you're the driver and you backed up over her too.
Perfect. So we have to talk about...
Hold on, I can bring back the demographic.
Oh no.
Venti chai lattes with a little bit of almond milk. There you go, I brought them back for you.
I don't.
So now our demographic is cottagecore homeowners who live in the Northwest.
I don't know if we brought back the demographic or we just offended them.
Well, I guess we could ask a topic that's relevant to this point, which is like what drinks would a dwarf order from Starbucks?
Oh,
I feel like cold brew.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. They'd be mad. They'd go in and they'd try to order some drink, and there's like, we got chai tea, we got an espresso latte, and they're like, I'll have a beer.
No, I feel like they would be down for a nitro cold brew. Honestly, it's the only thing I get from Starbucks.
I seriously think a cold brew.
A nitro cold brew would be fantastic. It's very Guinnessy.
For some reason, I feel like
with the salted, if you can get the sea salt sweet cream mix.
Yep.
That's a good blend on the top.
I imagine they'd get it quad shot. Like they would just get additional espresso on the cold brew.
There's only one important thing. They just walk in there and go, do you have any Baileys? And then if they say no, they're out the door.
Wait, Bailey's? Why Bailey's?
I feel like they would go more for Carolans than Bailey's.
That's that. Are you saying
Carolans
like
is a
for
bit
an Irish
smoother.
coffee? Because if you're going for a traditional Irish coffee, you can't have the one with Bailey's. That's like elf status. That's an elf status, freaking.
Oof.
This shows how
Irish
much I know
coffee.
about alcohol. You said Bailey's, and I was just thinking about the barista was named Bailey.
It's
okay,
like
Jim.
is Bailey here at every Starbucks?
They just go through the drive-through.
The dwarves looking for Bailey.
Is Bailey's in?
Oh my gosh. This is the entire dwarf population asking every Starbucks the same question.
We just lost the Starbucks crowd.
There's
I'm sorry,
finally
but my Valley Core accent ordering drinks is not going to bring him back. I'm sorry.
I like the term Valley Core. Like, it just sounds hardcore.
It is the most hardcore of the Valley accent. It's also like the most. I don't want to say it's judgmental, but it's definitely added to like the mini Karens.
I feel like if there was a dwarf who lived in the valley, he would be Valley Core.
How would a dwarf like grow up in the valley act like this?
Yeah, well,
that's actually very interesting. Now,
can that happen? Because like valleys would imply, is it an absence or a lot of mining potential? I'm trying to think of topography wise, what does a valley represent?
I would say mining potential because a valley is normally surrounded by mountains, which would potentially have.
It's surrounded by them, but isn't it like usually in an area like you have to travel out to the mountains?
Depends on the valley. Depends on the topography.
Now I'm just trying to imagine a commuting Valley Core dwarf.
If I could do a better Scottish accent, I could valley that shit up. And yeah,
it's a Valley Core dwarf commuting to work in the mines in the mountains, and they get stuck
ordering
in rush
fucking
hour
chai lattes.
It's like a Dodge Ram truck.
Yeah. No, it'd be a minivan. It'd be a minivan or us.
Pissed off their favorite barista Bailey isn't there.
Is Bailey here? No. Okay. I'll have the cold brew.
Then they get like
Bailey knows how I like my lattes in the morning. Okay, I need my nitro shot.
And then they get get stuck in rush hour traffic. That was, I don't know how I managed to do that. We managed to pull all those previous topics together to one segment. We did it, guys.
It might be only one.
We're podcasting. Woo!
Whoa.
Do we just call it there then? Like, what's the cutoff? How long have we been going?
We just go until we can.
I got 30.
I think I don't think there should be ever like a time we have to hit, but we should have a max time or else it gets really ridiculous.
6 days.
That's the whole point, is being ridiculous.
A podathon.
Come on. Anyone who has any kind of a structured podcast where they stick on script, it gets boring after a while. You have to be ridiculous.
But it's just like at a certain point you're like, why are you guys still listening? It's been 2 hours.
Because this is premium content. No one has had the guts to bring this up, but we did.
Yeah, but I know. But
why are we
allowed to grind? We're grinding.
What?
This is the grind.
It was a grind. Like, I don't know how the semblance of train of thought going from us talking about how much of a fustercluck it was starting this and figuring out what to talk about to somehow the topic that ended up in a coherent joke and punchline was Valley Core Dwarf. And then our immediate thought was, we did it. Let's end this. End it.
End it on a high note.
You finally get somewhere and you want to call it. Come on.
Listen.
Quit kneecapping the progress.
Listen, I want to say this before that topic is gone. Am I the only one that was thinking of the Valley Girl kind of dwarf or Valley Core, but with an actual, like, full-blown dwarf accent?
That's what I was saying. If I had a better, like, Scottish accent, I could really do the Valley Core thing, but I can't. So my part of the bit just dies with a plain Valley Girl accent.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like...
Okay, real quick. My visual interpretation of a Valley Core fucking dwarf is... let's just say he looks a lot like Guy Fieri.
I can see that. You know, it makes a lot of sense. You know, he drives
driving like a coupe or something, and with
like
a Starbucks, and you know...
I'm imagining a winery in the mountains.
A lot of frosted tips. A lot of frosted tips.
A lot of frosted tips, yeah. And hold on. What about frosted tip beard too?
No, that was the question. Is the frosted tips? Is it the hair or is it the beard? That's the frosted tips.
Oh, dude, it has to be the beard.
It's just both.
It's just everything. He just looks like a hedgehog.
So, on the topic of alienating audience further, since a dwarf is short, like I'm just imagining they're going for like the biggest truck or vehicle they can have to compensate.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that because like the dwarf is short, but his ego is not tiny. Or dwarves are confident You know, they don't
Yeah.
pick big trucks to compensate.
And
I feel
I
like they
think
pick
also
a
at the
reasonable
same time-
vehicle.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
think
Mini
they would
Cooper.
choose like a mid-sized truck,
No,
something
Mini
that
Cooper.
is still, powerful, can, lug all their mining tools in the back,
It's
but
it's
still
still
comfortable.
But
They're
I
still
think it's
Valley Core.
contradicting though, being both like a Valley Dwarf and feeling confident.
Oh,
Am I the only one?
No, if you're going Valley Core, you are super confident. You are so confident you could take down an Uber Karen. Like that's Valley Core.
It's misguided, but it's still
I
confident.
hate
Oh,
I hate
completely
every-
misguided.
Well,
I hate
hold
everything
on.
about this topic. The more we talk about
I was-
Valley Core Dwarf, I'm just getting a song of like Barbie Girl, but Valley Core for Dwarf playing in my
I
head.
mean, I'm into it.
Okay, somebody please sing that in like Dwarf.
We can sit. Let's just look up the lyrics and say it out loud. Hold on.
I mean, you don't know the lyrics to Barbie
I'm-
Girl?
Well, no, I do, but that's why I'm saying
I
I'm
do,
saying it
but
in my
I'm not
head.
going there.
Now-
I have
You only
already
need to sing the
contributed too
chorus.
much blasphemy to this.
But hold on, Whiskey, what were you
I was going to
saying?
say, Banyo, if you're talking in terms of vehicles, if you're going to be a Valley Core person, I think it has to be an H2 or a doorless Jeep. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. It has to be one of those.
Jeep.
A doorless Jeep, yes. And you know the ones I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah.
Now I'm just seeing that roll up to Starbucks, and they're like, "You got a billion," and then they get mad and they just swing their axe at the fucking order machine.
I need my
Just like
non-fat
this guy comes-
latte.
The guy comes
I
by
said I
every day.
wanted oat milk. Like, oh my god.
Fuck, damn.
On my way to the
Oh, I'll
beach.
do it.
Wait,
I'm like
I
losing
love oat milk.
respect for
I feel
dwarves
attacked.
right now.
No, we can't alienate the own people in this.
I'm on my way to the beach so I can go surfing.
You wait to where?
I
What?
need some more driftwood.
I've got my non-fat latte.
I've
For
got
the
an
record,
idea
for the
for a
audience,
project.
we're
Can't
talking
do
about
accents at all.
Fantasy Dwarves.
Etsy orders you have to fill.
Oh yeah.
See, the worst between my earlier comment about my own brain throwing up red flags, and had I not said anything, no one would know anything. So I dug that hole. If you just keep saying we're talking about fantasy dwarfs, we're just gonna keep digging the hole.
The topic is fantasy dwarfs, but in a real life setting. We are making this happen.
Makes sense.
It's absolutely terrible, but fabulous at the same time.
I thought it was supposed to only be.
Non-fat latte.
I thought it was only supposed to be one topic.
The fat goes straight to my hips.
I've got to go for my 25-minute run.
Keeping my eating hours between 2 and 3 p.m.
Get some strong glutes.
Do they wake up early to go for their run, or do they go to yoga? Pilates.
That makes a lot of sense for dwarves because Pilates are like machinery for working out, right? Like they have machines, the Pilates machines. It's probably very attractive to a dwarf.
I thought Pilates were calisthenics.
It's like
Are they?
calisthenics.
I feel like I'm so out of loop about
Jesus.
Pilates.
Shows us how
Oh, there goes the
you go to the
Pilates.
gym.
Now we
Pilates.
just-
All the Pilates
like
list.
low impact targeted like workouts. So
A lot of
I-
squatting. A lot
I
of squatting.
honestly I'm just trying not to picture a dwarf trying to balance like to sit on one of those stupid Pilates balls. Because those
nope,
those
that's-
things are like half their height.
That's all I can picture now.
My feet don't reach the ground.
It's just like trying to balance on it and stay still, and he's just like those like perpetual motion machines, just trying to stay upright.
My problem with Pilates is the name is it just makes me think they're either like making food or playing with Play-Doh. I don't know why.
Yeah, we don't know why either.
I really
Nope.
want an explanation on the Play-Doh part.
It seriously,
Pilates.
it
Play-Doh.
almost sounds like a weird pasta dish, or
I like my Pilates with chicken.
I like to go to Olive Garden and order, I think of Pilates.
The never-ending
Side
Pilates
salad.
bowl.
I like the marinara on the side of my Pilates.
Are they still doing the all you can eat yearly thing like purchases at Olive Garden for all you can eat?
God. The pass, I
The
don't know.
the
Actually.
endless soup and breadsticks thing.
Yeah, but it's just like a year subscription to be able to just go in and just eat as much as you want any time of the day.
To
Wait.
eat as much Pilates.
Wait. Someone like a subscription to Olive
Yeah,
Garden?
they Olive Garden has a subscription thing where you get like, I don't fucking know, but you pay like a one-time thing.
Yeah, it's you pay for the year and you just have like a card. You go in and just be like, I'm subscribed or whatever, and then you can just get as much food as you want anytime.
No, but I feel like if you present the card though, you got to be more dickish. But like, I have a table waiting for me. You know, like
Someone that has that
Olive Garden mob boss.
Oh, it's you might as well be, because it is fierce competition because they're very limited on how many of those they sell. But I don't know if they still do them.
I'm just picturing a dwarf deciding that's the day he's gonna carb load and just goes to the all you
I
feel like a dwarf would carb load every day though.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot, mining is crafting, whatever's they do. I feel like that's a lot of it's a very calorically intense job.
The Valley Core Dwarf goes to Olive Garden.
They would do some
sounds
high
like
protein
it's
as
always,
well.
It's old comic.
It feels like it's always sunny episode.
Just like the day in the life of the Valley Core Dwarf. They wake up, they exercise, they go to Starbucks for Bailey's, they go to the mines, they come back, they go to Olive Garden, do their Pilates.
All you can eat ravioli.
I mean, it really feels like these guys are living the American dream, and we're not.
And the waiter comes over and goes,
This is
super salad. He goes, yes.
This is why it's the fantasy dwarf.
Give me the Holy Ghost bread.
Not the realistic dwarf.
Breadsticks,
Oh, no.
all of them.
The dwarf.
Wait, is this just Nick Offerman? Are we just describing Nick Offerman?
No, he's not really a dwarf. He's kind of an elf.
Yeah, I know, but his character.
This is. I'm gonna have to start writing notes of timestamps of what to go back and edit. Like, don't.
I hope you fuckers are taking D&D notes.
We're gonna have a campaign about this later.
This is the podcast is really a campaign.
So I want it to be stated here, and he laughed just then. However, this whole conversation going on, Banya was extremely quiet while everything was happening.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
what are you insinuating?
That's not dubious at all. That fucking tone.
There's literally going to be the next, like, we started this up when we were supposed to be doing D&D, and suddenly we're gonna go, all right, podcast time, and he's gonna be like, nah, we got to do a D&D session. We're gonna be super excited. We're like, oh fuck yeah, D&D. It's been a while. And then he's gonna just be like, all right, so you meet a Valley Core dwarf.
No, it's gonna be even worse.
Tell me what type of latte he likes.
So the six of you are sitting in a tavern, and you're making a podcast. It's gonna be so fucking meta.
Careful.
Oh man, I never.
Oh, that's a good topic. A podcast in a D&D universe. How would that look?
There's podcasts, or is it a webcomic? There's something about that. It's something about like the portal behind the McDonald's or something like that.
Yeah, that's. Oh wait, hold on. I don't know if we can plug things like this, so I'm just gonna say it's beep.
Yes, I don't have to edit that one. If you're interested, people have to look it up themselves.
If you're interested in looking it up, look for the Game of Mittens.
I can't say what it is, but look at this adjacent topic. Why couldn't we? Would it be? Is it wrong to plug something like that?
I don't think it's wrong to plug things to support them, but
this is a great.
We can get clarification.
Well, here's another
kind of
one.
a gray area because we're not getting like.
We're doing them a service. We're saying like, hey, check out this cool thing, right?
It's not like we're wanting compensation for plugging something else. We're just like, hey, this thing is cool.
Yeah, I mean, Nick already dropped it. It's always sunny.
Oh, you're right. I doxed myself.
We're pretty much going to get sued.
But I mean,
we're not.
Delete the podcast. Start over.
There's a potential lawsuit there, isn't there? Like, because yes, we've brought up their name, but I mean, if we're already in TOS area and going negative, that might be like a what is it? What's not discredit, but like a
potential slander.
Yeah, slander of their name.
Nah, I think the barrier to slander is very high, though.
Also,
It's like treason high.
here's the real question: is Always Sunny in Philadelphia gonna go after us day one of us trying to figure out how to make a podcast? Just randomly, they're gonna know about us, find us, and then just be like, "Fuck them." Because if that happens, then I think Banyo's right. We just gotta call it quits because we've peaked. Day one, we already got Always Sunny.
True. We get a fucking cease and desist like tomorrow. That's it. I'm gonna put that on my wall.
What if Danny DeVito like slid into our DMs
Oh, God.
and he was like, listen, I've been pitching the Valley Girl Dwarf video for years. How dare you?
Oh,
Hold on, I'm still stuck on the Danny DeVito sliding in. Like he does parkour, he just slides right.
Yeah. He's sliding into your DMs. He's like, "What up, beautiful?
I'm
Here's
just
a cease and
imagining.
desist."
That's what I took it as.
Yeah, I just
man.
imagine him like
He's like,
oiled
what
up,
up, baby?
sliding.
Guess what? Lazu.
I'm just now imagining him like going up a drain pipe, getting onto a rooftop, and then he's just like parkouring around to other rooftops. But it's Danny DeVito, and you're like, this does not match up.
I really appreciate these different views of what sliding into DMs is. I just feel like some of us have been tainted by the internet and knowing what it actually is, and Banyo just making up a much better version of what sliding.
Am I allowed to talk about Danny DeVito's penis?
What?
No.
I don't think so.
Topic.
Okay.
Wow.
Just
Just jump in, Jesus.
Yeah.
I have fully accepted that whatever we say is possibly going to end up in a D&D campaign. Like this is Banyo just, crowdsourcing and taking notes.
Oh,
It's
I'm
like the
always
worst.
taking notes.
this is fucking market research for this asshole.
And really, Banyo? Patrick Warburton.
Oh, I mean, it's gotta be a future topic, but let's not get into that because
Yeah, no, this is literally like you said. Like I'm reading through all these topics again. This is him exactly crowdsourcing us just for D&D topics. Even the idea of him pitching the making of a podcast was him just being like, I can put these motherfuckers to work for me.
This is a podcast fucking sweatshop. God damn it.
He's like, I don't have time to write D&D campaigns. I'll make them write it for me and make them think they're making a podcast.
So I admit I am still currently looking for a way to include "it's a Hemi" as a phrase in D&D.
The Valley Girl Dwarf that randomly shows up. That's not a chariot, it's a Hemi. Oh, God.
And here I thought I would have nothing valuable to contribute.
And it was only the single most powerful topic. It's been brought up how many times so far?
It's an incredible topic.
It is. We're latching onto this. We're milking the Valley Core. Oh, no, not saying it that way. We are.
Milking the Valley Core.
Hey, it's for your latte, okay?
This is where I peak, though. Like, I'm never going to have a good idea like this, like, ever again.
I've peaked.
Trying to work out those glutes. It's a non-fat latte.
This is the one good thing that we have to our name. And the great thing is we're all recording. Okay, not all. Some of us are recording this. So we got proof that we came up with this first. Wait, hold on. How we come up with this first?
Somebody Google this.
No, if you Google it, it becomes a part of Google.
Yeah.
Like it enters into consciousness.
Somebody go
of
into
everybody.
incognito mode and Bing it.
in DuckDuckGo, not Bing.
DuckDuckGo?
You need to protect your privacy.
How the fuck do I get to DuckDuckGo? DuckDuckGo. Oh, there is something.
I'm concerned what else will pop up if you search for this.
All right. Valley Core.
I just searched it. Valley Core Dwarf.
Did you say it as one word?
I did Valley Space Core.
Okay, I'm going to do Valley Core as one word. We're going to do two different words.
It's really important. Okay, Stardew Valley Dwarf Scroll Guide. Stardew Valley. Mass. This is like a paper from Harvard. Masses and compositions of 3 small planets orbiting. Oh, interesting. Oh, nope.
So on my side,
I think we're safe.
So he's safe on his side. I think we're safe on my side, and it not only works, but I'm pretty sure we were on target with the dwarf doing Pilates, because all of mine, when you say Valley Core is one word, is Valley Core Fitness, Valley Core
nice.
Instagram's page, Valley Core Fitness home Facebook.
Okay, so we are being culturally sensitive to the Valley Core.
There's even a Valley Core hashtag.
Oh, no.
So our biggest concern right now is Danny Devito.
I mean, if he's not your biggest concern, you're looking at the wrong things.
We have to get him on our side.
That's right.
How do you get Danny DeVito on your side?
I hear he likes Doritos.
So
Danny Dorrito. That's what immediately came to mind.
I'm mildly confused, but also intrigued.
We weren't going to get canceled before. We are now.
Oh, man. Danny Dorrito. So stupid. Why is that the funniest thing I've heard all day?
more than the Valley Core
visualize.
Wow. Danny Dorrito usurped.
Slogan is, you are what you eat.
Oh my god.
The good news is the good news is Banyo managed to succeed in getting authentic laughs for like a good solid minute there. So we got the jangle. All right.
Yes, we done it. We've got the intro. We're done.
All right, we can
Call it
start.
quits.
The intro's at the end.
No. That's okay. That means we can officially now start the podcast.
All right, let's start the podcast, and then
All
we
right.
end it right there.
Yeah, end it right there. I will end it. I will do it.
I will end this podcast.
I don't even know if we're being serious, so I'm not stopping.
I will end it. All I need is 2/3 consensus from the council.
Aye.
There's one.
Yeah, how long are we running for?
Cut it up.
I got 45.
I
That's
got
good.
55.
Oh, geez, this is a discrepancy.
He's been doing longer.
That means two things.
Oh.
Oh,
I only got one eye.
oh. Wait, did you actually stop yours, Eddie?
No, because I only got one eye, and I said it was 2/3 consensus. Look, we just started it. This is official now. I have to play by the rules.
There was rules.
I mean, I think we're at a good spot, right? Yeah. We've
minutes.
made almost no progress towards the podcast, which is fine. That's expected.
It's fine. It's just
We're
practice for
probably
us.
going to get canceled on day one.
So is that, are those eyes?
Yeah.
I think we did great. We
Yeah,
still
we'll
managed
do
to
great.
talk
We'll
for
do great.
45
I mean,
minutes.
worst that
Great.
happens, we'll get sued tomorrow for libel or something.
Just don't post it yet. I mean, we have some time to like get used to it, right? And like,
No, we're definitely going to post this.
oh, okay.
All right, yeah, let's cut it. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
Okay. We're cutting it?
Yeah. 3.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Later.
Oh, we got to say bye. Yeah. Bye.
Don't forget
Shit,
to
we didn't
like
even
and
introduce
subscribe.
ourselves. What the fuck?
No, we
Do
didn't.
that later.
That's next episode.
Oh,
Yeah,
because we haven't even started the podcast. This is the jingle. All right, we're good.
You know what's
Next one
great?
is the podcast about remembering to introduce ourselves. That's the entire podcast.
You know what's great is Whiskey's is now even longer than my recording, because I literally said, when you said, yeah, cut it, I was like, cutting it, and I stopped it right as everyone was trying to say goodbye. So mine's already stopped.
Mine's not.
I know. This is why I needed to like figure out a way of like showing both of them and just how uncoordinated it is.
Oh, what? We can put the longer podcast on Patreon.
Oh, there you go.
See?
There you go. Okay.
Quick, end it before they find out more.
All right, cutting it.